All right, so front headlock month is coming up, and I wanted to run through just kind of some basic ideas of the common submissions you'll see coming from the front headlock. So obviously, the first thing, and this is not my preference for how to get into it, but if I have the head by itself, so one arm is wrapping the head, the other arm is gripping, that's my basic guillotine without the arm in. If I have the arm wrapped and behind my back, then that's my arm in guillotine, right? So I wrap the head without the arm, no arm, with the arm, arm in. One other variation you'll see is if this arm passes by, some people will also call this an arm in guillotine, but that doesn't really make sense because they're different moves, right? So I call this the arm through guillotine because the arm's through, and then you'll see guys come here and seal and get the finish. Shout out to Joe Selecki because he has a finish like that in the UFC. So those are the three guillotine options. So what about our other front chokes? So if my arm is attacking, if I have the head and the arm, you'll see me attack from the arm side. So my opponent's arm, if I'm shooting in on that side, and let's turn it this way just a little bit, now you're looking at me setting up a Darce. So this is my Darce choke setup. And from here, however I want to break the guy down, shoot deep, wrap in, tons of different finishing mechanics here. I wrap up and get the tap, so there's my Darce. When I'm entering a Darce, once again, coming from the arm side, shooting under, connecting to the net, wrapping my hands, I break them down. If I can't get that depth, you'll occasionally see me use what they call that Japanese necktie. I'll put his head underneath my belly, just gable grip, slide my foot in, and finish. So a close cousin of the Darce is that Japanese necktie. The last thing that you'll see, so I went in on the arm side. So now what if I go in on the head side? I shoot deep. I'm gonna turn just a little bit. So I shoot from the head side, deep. I connect. Now I'm in position where in wrestling we do the Gator Roll. Here I can lock up my grip, put him down on a hip. Now this is what we call the Anaconda Choke. Bunch of different ways to finish that. But that Anaconda Choke. So understanding the differences. No arm guillotine, arm in guillotine, arm through guillotine. And then also looking at Darce choke, and then looking at the Anaconda Choke. So those will be the big five that we'll talk about. And that close cousin of the Darce is that Japanese necktie.